Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 38th favorite dad in the family community, Papa West, Jacob West, here for another exciting episode of TMG Takes the Field, the weekly show where we talk about sports. It's football again. We did have some baseball stuff going on, obviously with the baseball season ending. We're not going to talk about it as much. We did have announcements for some awards, though. So we did talk about the Cy Young winners last week. I do believe we had MVP announced earlier last week too, but I'm not finding it. So we might talk about it next week, but we will talk about college football and then talk about the NFL. And what an exciting week of college football it was. We had Friday night Oregon beating Minnesota 42-13. Clemson upsetting Louisville 20-19. And then on Saturday, BYU beat TCU 44-13. Ohio State beat UCLA 48-10. Indiana beat Wisconsin 31-7. Texas A&M avoided the upset, beating South Carolina 31-30. Oklahoma beat Alabama 23-21. Georgia beat Texas 35-10. Texas Tech beat UCF 48-9. Ole Miss beat Florida 34-24. Notre Dame beat Pitt 37-15. Utah beat Baylor 55-28. Miami beat NC State 41-7. Georgia Tech beat Boston College 36-34. USC beat Iowa 26-21. Michigan beat Northwestern 24-22. Virginia beat Duke 34-17. Tennessee beat New Mexico State 42-9. Navy upset South Florida 41-38. And then Arizona upset Cincinnati 30-24. We've had some shakeups in the rankings. Now we have at number 25, Arizona State, 24 Tulane, 23 Houston, 22 Missouri, 21 Illinois, 20 Tennessee, 19 Virginia, 18 Michigan, 17 Texas, 16 Georgia Tech, 15 USC, 14 Vanderbilt, 13 Miami, 12 Utah, 11 BYU, 10 Alabama, 9 Notre Dame, 8 Oklahoma, 7 Oregon, 6 Ole Miss, 5 Texas Tech, 4 Georgia, 3 Texas A&M, and then still number 2 and number 1, Indiana and Ohio State. But we'll see as we're getting to the end of the regular season, just a couple more weeks left, and then we get into the conference championship games. And then we get into the ever-exciting bowl games. Well, not really as exciting as it used to be. This week we do have some exciting games. Houston is hosting TCU. Ohio State is hosting Rutgers without both of their star wide receivers. Texas A&M is hosting Samford. We do have 25 versus 25. Number 2 Missouri traveling to Oklahoma to take on number 8 Oklahoma. Miami is traveling to Virginia Tech. Georgia is hosting Charlotte. Alabama is hosting Eastern Illinois. We do have 15 USC traveling up to number 7 Oregon. Notre Dame is hosting Syracuse. Vanderbilt's hosting Kentucky. Texas is hosting Arkansas. Tulane is traveling to Temple. Utah is hosting Kansas State. Michigan is traveling to Maryland. Georgia Tech is hosting Pitt. Tennessee is traveling to Florida. Illinois is traveling to Wisconsin. BYU is traveling to Cincinnati. Arizona State's traveling to Colorado. And again, all of these games just to lead up to an exciting conference championship week here in a couple weeks. Some teams are done with their conference games and just have, like I know Georgia has Samford, and then they will end their season with Georgia Tech. Some teams still have 2 more games in conference play. So we'll be talking about conferences probably here in the next couple of weeks. Kind of see what we're looking at as far as games up and coming. See what that would do for the conference championship game. And see what that does for playoff contention. Because there is a world where Duke wins the ACC and does not make the conference the college football playoffs, and probably no ACC team makes the college football playoffs. But we'll talk about that later. Now we'll go ahead and talk about the NFL. We did have Thursday, the Patriots beat the Jets 27-14. And then on Sunday, the Dolphins beat the Commanders in Spain 16-13 in overtime. The Steelers beat the Bengals 34-12. Jaguars beat the Chargers 35-6. Bills beat the Buccaneers in an explosive shootout 44-32. Bears beat the Vikings in a very exciting finish 19-17. Texans beat the Titans 16-13. Panthers beat the Falcons 30-27 in an exciting ending in overtime. Packers beat the Giants 27-20. Rams beat the Seahawks 21-19. 49ers beat the Cardinals 41-22. Ravens beat the Browns 23-16. Shedeur Sanders making his first appearance. Broncos beat the Chiefs in a very close, very exciting game, 22-19. And then Sunday night, the Eagles beat the Lions 16-9. Monday night, the Cowboys beat the Raiders 33-16. So a lot of fun games happening this last weekend. Some exciting games, some very close games, and then just a couple blowouts. But I am joined by everyone's favorite starch, Tato. Tato, how's it going?
Oh, doing good. I've never actually seen Breaking Bad all the way through, but I've very much seen the scene in which Jesse Pinkman, for whatever reason, has driven to his breaking point, and he delivers a line. I believe it goes, "They can't keep getting away with this." And that's kind of how I feel, but on a sort of opposite end. Because I hope they can keep getting away with this.
I'm in a similar boat with you.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the Bears-Eagles Alliance. Sure.
You're welcome.
Well done.
It worked out for 2 weeks, didn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see how it works next week.
The Bears have defeated the NFC East. The Eagles have defeated the NFC North.
I know.
Oh, okay.
We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works next week.
Next week, right? I forgot about that. I've been traveling through time.
You're good.
A friend for the end of the world or whatever.
It's the Black Friday game. We'll talk about that next week, though, everybody. So
not like we'll be doing our jobs on Black Friday or anything.
I know, yeah. It's the worst. We can't watch it because we will be busy. So, yeah. So I will say another fantastic week, Tato. You finished at 12-3, bringing your overall record to 106-58. Me, on the other hand, just barely above 500. I finished at 8-7, bringing my overall record to 93-71. And this is the point in the season where I just go full anarchy mode. And I just pick random teams because I don't care anymore. A 13 game lead is going to be very hard to overcome. We'll see if I can do it. And then we did have Perkins having a much better week than his previous attempt. He finished with a record of 11-4, bringing his accuracy to 73%, which did bump him up in the rankings. However, not good enough to overthrow Jay. Jay is still in the lead after week 1 at 75%. Chris did move up to second at 73. Antonio's at 71. Jeremy is at 67. Alec is at 60. And Rick is finishing up my top, however much I wrote down, 6 at 57%. So again, he's held this since week 1. And I have a feeling he's just going to keep holding it until the end of the season, especially because this week we don't have anybody joining us, Tato. It's just you and I, unless did anyone message me yet? Nope. Still just the two of us, Tato. So no celebrity guest picker today. However, probably not going to have one next week either. Because I know it's going to be a fun week for me next week. But we shall see. We shall see. So Tato, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. our week 12 predictions. Starting off with Thursday Night Football, we have the Bills traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. Bills are a 6-point favorite. CJ Stroud still ruled out, has not cleared concussion protocol. So we will have Davis Mills starting for the Texans. That being said, though, they are on a 2-game win streak so far. Bills kind of back and forth, winning, losing, winning last week. It just makes sense that they're going to lose this upcoming week, right? I don't think so. I have the Bills winning. Tato, what about you?
Yeah, give me Buffalo here. Sound logic is sound.
I'm about to say, if CJ was playing, would that change your pick? Because it wouldn't change mine at all.
No.
Probably not. Okay. Next, we have our Sunday morning games, afternoon games. First, we have the Colts traveling to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite. Tato, I'll have you go first.
This one is interesting. This is I think this is a real game here, as it were. Not that any game in the NFL is fictitious, except when they are. Are the Chiefs, is it over? Are the Colts for real? I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll give you this one. I'll take the Colts. I'll see what happens.
Why are you giving this to me?
You said Chiefs, right?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I heard Chiefs. Whatever. I'll stick with the Colts. Fuck it.
Well, yes, I said the Chiefs because they are playing in the game. I said both teams are playing. So now it is my turn to pick. No, Chiefs are favored. That's probably what you heard. They're a 3.5-point favorite. One of my favorite shows to watch is the Rich Eisen show. And they have that the weekly segment where it's Overreaction Monday and then Overreaction Monday on a Tuesday. In every single episode, Brockman keeps bringing up Chiefs aren't going to the playoffs. And Rich Eisen, every time, they're going to make the playoffs. It's going to happen. And every week, I watch that team play, and I'm like, I think my prediction last year was just a year too early. I think this is the year they don't make it.
They really went out of their way to screw you over on that for 3 years in a row.
And I look at this game, and I mean, the Colts are coming off the bye. The Chiefs are mad because they almost had that win. It's in Arrowhead, and the Chiefs don't lose. Well, no, they definitely lose at home because they lost several games at home. They're 0-5 in one-possession games. Does this game become one possession? Do I trust either defense? I don't know. But I did write down a team, and that's the team I'm going with. And you can give me whatever you want, but I wrote down the Colts. I'm picking the Colts.
I tried. I was trying to be nice, I promise.
Yep. All right. Next, we have the Steelers traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bears are 2.5-point favorites, and it does look like making the start for the Steelers. Mason Rudolph. Aaron Rodgers did break his wrist last week. No timetable on when he will return, if he'll return, because it doesn't require surgery, so not season ending. But you never know with him.
Did you hear anything recently today on that?
No, the last thing I heard was that it did not require surgery.
Okay, yeah, no. As far as I heard, Aaron will be pushing, so I just didn't know if you heard anything that was a negative that came out today, because I don't think I heard anything today myself. I definitely I want it to be Aaron, and I hope he is as healthy as he can be and stuff. Just personal reasons you want to get that
Yeah.
done. It's rough on one hand, because even if you do, there will be the element of, oh, was it because he was hurt? So unfortunate that I would rather there not be any questions and be facing a fully healthy Aaron in this situation, but it is what it is. It's fucking football. So hopefully the Bears get the dub regardless of who is playing. I am going to take the Bears while they are favored and fucking leading the NFC North. And
number one in the NFC North. That's crazy to believe.
It's a good time.
So I did just click on the game, and ESPN has those videos that tend to pertain to the game at hand. And the video that's popping up is Jeff Saturday saying Aaron Rodgers is playing versus the Bears. I don't know how accurate that is because Jeff Saturday, he's a pretty smart person. Just don't ask him to coach a football team. It's the only thing I will say. Yeah. No, regardless.
That wasn't his fault.
It wasn't all his fault. Yeah, you got to give him some credits.
Yeah.
No, they blew the largest lead in an NFL game, that 33-point game. That was him. That was all him.
I watched the fuck out of that game. You could feel the swell in the fucking air of the state. It was bananas.
Yes. So now, and you said you're going Bears. Obviously, you said you're going Bears. I didn't write that down. I don't think it matters if you're getting half-injured Aaron Rodgers or if you're getting Mason Rudolph. I don't even think it matters. Well, it definitely matters. If Aaron was healthy, this might be a different game. It's upsetting because Steelers are guaranteed to have a winning record. And they just have to win 3 games to get a winning record. I don't think it happens this week. I think Chicago gets the win here. I have the Bears also. Next, we have the Patriots traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Patriots are a 7-point favorite. I'll go ahead and go first. Jamar Chase has been suspended due to his actions in the game last week with Jalen Ramsey.
My opponent's fantasy team, no big deal.
Yeah. Just don't spit on people. It's that simple. Jalen Carter did it at the beginning of the season. Didn't work out for him, did it? Make you think. No, don't do it again. But apparently players are doing it again. Good news out of Cincinnati. Joe Burrow has started practicing. So we should start see him in a couple weeks, maybe, hopefully. But we're not going to see him against the Patriots. I think this crazy run by the Patriots lasts at least one more week. I have New England winning. Tato, what about you?
Yeah, I'll echo your sentiments on that one. The Bengals can't stop a nosebleed, and Drake May is still playing pretty good football.
All right, next we have the Jets traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens are a 13.5-point favorite. Also, it has been announced that the Jets are benching Justin Fields. Tyrod Taylor will be starting for New York. Tato, what's your pick here?
Barring that no one in the training room stabs Tyrod Taylor in the lung, no, the Ravens are going to win anyway.
That only happens when they draft a quarterback that offseason. Yes. It's crazy to say. A couple weeks ago, had I have told you that the Ravens would have a winning record by week 12, I think a lot of people would call you crazy. Call me crazy. Ravens get the win. Ravens having a winning record by week 12.
I mean, yeah, it was around that week 6-ish. Like they were at the 1-5, 2-4, or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, well, they're for sure beating the Bears. Like that's just there's too much good and too much bad happening in those organizations for that one to go my way. So
yeah. All right. Next we have The Seahawks traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. I don't remember if there's been any news with bad stuff out of Seattle. I don't see anything, though. Probably just me being hopeful. I'm going first on this one. Seattle's a 13.5-point favorite. I think that's crazy. Anytime you're given double-digit favorites, I'm like, that's just sad. We see the blowouts all the time, but the fact that Vegas is saying, man, this team stands no chance, it's always sad to me. And so there's a little hope, there's a little want for me to be like, well, the Seahawks have to travel. Seahawks don't really travel that well. And while that's true, if you want to know how the Titans play, just ask their starting quarterback. I can't go not Seahawks. So let's go with the Seahawks. Tato, what's your pick here?
Yeah, I'll take Seattle as well. Like, as much as you want to get froggy, sometimes this is just too much.
Yeah. And this will probably be the game where Zach Charbonnet just decides to, at the goal line, just throw the ball backwards, and it goes all the way over to the other team's end zone and just sits there, and some random Titans defender just comes off the bench and grabs it, and the refs didn't notice, and touchdown. This definitely has written all over it. It's going to be froggy, but we're not going to go with it. Next, we have Tato's two favorite teams. The Vikings are traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Packers are a 6-point favorite. Tato, we go with you. Who's your pick?
I'll take Minnesota. I will get froggy on this one.
All right.
I don't know if either organization really has it going, but I think the Vikings just come out with that chip on their shoulder from last week.
But do you remember at the beginning of the season where we're like, man, this Packers team is just going to light everybody up because they had a really good offense. And then they picked up Micah Parsons, and it was like, this can be unstoppable. And they've really been playing really bad lately. That being said, J.J. McCarthy can't play a full game of football because he just looks like trash for at least half of it. I do think the defense, I'm not going to say Micah, I'm just going to say overall defense, does eat him alive. Keep it at least a little bit close because Justin Jefferson is that guy. And Aaron Jones has been playing really well too. But I still have the Packers getting the win here. Next, we have the Giants traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. I do believe – Jackson Dart's questionable. So I was going to say, I do believe we will still have Jameis Winston starting here. That being said, though, the Lions are pretty mad after that game against Philadelphia. There might have been a controversial call to end the game. There were a couple controversial calls throughout the game. The defensive linemen can't be smacking the right guard, but also the right guard can't be smacking the defensive lineman. And so I think that the Lions do try to get a little bit of a turnaround here. I think they get the win. Tato, what's your pick here?
Detroit, what?
Although I do have to say, one great bit from that game was while they were announcing or while they were doing the introductions for Detroit's defense. First off, Aiden Hutchinson, when he introduced himself, he said, the University of Michigan, where most people say the Ohio State University. I really enjoyed that. And then Alex Anzalone, instead of saying anything, he said, Alex Anzalone, father of two. Just two great moments from that little clip. I love that they still do that because just great moments coming out of it.
Always a fan of those ones.
Yes. All right. Next we have The 4 o'clock games, we have 2 games starting at 4:05. The first one, we have Jacksonville traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Jaguars are a 3-point favorite. Tato, I'm going to go to you first.
Well, without Travis Hunter, however, will they? I'll go with the Jaguars.
This was one of those games where I just went back and forth on, because the Jaguars have been that team where they can either play great and beat the Chiefs or look horrible and barely beat the Raiders. And there's some injury questions coming out of Jacksonville's camp with both Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Etienne right now being listed as questionable. I doubt they're going to stay that way. Definitely play. But still, I've seen this team just struggle when they shouldn't. But something is still telling me, Jacob, just go with the Jaguars. I'm picking Jacksonville to win also. Next, we have the Browns traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. This should be the 4 a.m. Tubi game. Why it's a primetime game, I have no idea. But I'll go ahead and go first. And it's time for Papa's bold prediction. I did say when the Browns played the Jets that Myles Garrett was going to have a record-breaking performance and get 9 sacks, and that didn't happen. But this week, against the Raiders' trash offensive line, because the only thing the Raiders try to do is throw at Brock Bowers away, I think this is the game. Myles Garrett breaks the record, gets 9 sacks. Shedeur Sanders barely gets the win in his first career start, even though he doesn't deserve the win. It's 100% Myles Garrett's game. Browns win by 2 points. Give me the Browns. Tato, what's your pick here?
Yeah, not even just to play overwhelming favorites. I don't think Pete is so far gone as to lose to Shedeur at home. And if he is, then it's over. Then it's over. But I'm going to take the Raiders here just on Pete Carroll still has enough juice left to prevent that from going down.
All right, next we move on to the 4:25 games. The first one, the Falcons traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Saints are a 1.5-point favorite. Michael Penix Jr. did have season-ending surgery to fix his ACL. This is his 5th season-ending injury in his football playing career. 4 in college, 1 in the NFL. But thankfully, the Falcons have the highest paid backup quarterback in NFL history. Kirk Cousins will be making his second start for the team, as he did start a couple weeks sooner. Tato, give me your pick.
Yeah, give me Kirko Chains, man. He's going to come out and pop. Week of preparation. He's been chilling, ready to go. Oh, yeah, and the Saints are my guys.
He did have a week of preparation against the Patriots a couple of weeks ago and played horrible for the most part. They miraculously came back just to lose 24-23. And even when we saw him a little bit last week, he did lead that great charge to lose when they had the lead against the Panthers. But also the Panthers were my pick to win the division, which is not how that's ending at all. I'm going to go next. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I think he should have retired 4 years ago. But at the same point, it's the Saints, and they're playing worse than the Titans. I don't know how they gotten 2 wins, but somehow they've gotten 2 wins. We're going to keep it at 2 wins. I have the Falcons getting the win also. And then our second 4:25 game is the number 1 game of the week. should be your Monday night football game, Sunday night football game, and just every game this upcoming week should be the Eagles traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Right now, Eagles are 3.5-point favorites. I will go first on this one. Man, that Philadelphia Eagles defense. That Philadelphia Eagles defense is elite. They have played two phenomenal offenses, held both of them to single digits just in the last 2 weeks. Not gonna lie, I was really upset with the Jair Alexander news, because I was doing the guy from The Longest Yard, Rob Reiner. No, not Rob Reiner. I can't think of his name, but he's like, oh no, it's the Water Boy. Jesus, Papa, get the right movie. Where he's like, oh no, we suck again.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Very close. It's kind of what my thoughts were whenever Jair decided that he was stepping away from football, because our secondary has been very, very suspect. But man, that has not been the case these last 2 weeks. I do think we give up double digits against the Cowboys because they have a really good passing game, but I still think we get the win, just in spite of how bad our offense has been. I think the defense pulls it out, and we do get the win. Tato, what's your thoughts?
Yep, should be a fun one in the division, as it usually shakes out to be. I will take Philadelphia getting it here. Tush push.
Yeah. And Jalen Carter plays more than 3 plays this game.
Hey.
I can almost guarantee it. He's not going to get ejected on the first real play of the game. Next, we have Sunday Night Football. The Buccaneers are traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Rams are a 7-point favorite. Tato, what's your pick here?
Yeah, I kind of wish this one happened earlier in the season when both these teams were fucking doing good. Unfortunately, Bucs have cooled down a little while the Rams have just really hit the gas pedal. Rich Eisen says they're the best team in football. It's hard to disagree with him on that count. Yeah, I'll take Los Angeles.
All right. I'm going to echo your sentiments. I think the Buccaneers really hit a rough stretch in their season. Their schedule was pretty brutal right here in the mid, but also when every single player on your offense gets hurt, it's really hard to overcome that. And I mean no disrespect, Tampa Bay. I do still think you pull out, winning the division, making a slight scare in the playoffs. But I have to go Los Angeles here. Yeah. With that, Monday Night Football, we have, for no reason, this game should not be on Monday night, but we have the Panthers traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. 49ers are a 7-point favorites. They're also, ESPN is giving them a 73% chance of winning. I've said it once. I've said it 1,000 times. I like the Panthers, but they do not travel. And I don't never know what team I'm going to get. But what I do know is when they travel, I get the team that got curb stomped by the Patriots. 49ers has been that kind of team of destiny, kind of sort of in a way, because when everybody gets hurt, they're still able to pull it out. And even though most everyone on their defense is the second string or third string, I do think that offense is just too good. They get just a couple stops that they need, and then that offense just steamrolls Carolina. I have the 49ers. Tato, who's your pick?
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it in a while, but I was out there, flew out of California, flew out of San Francisco in particular, and I talked to the 49ers at the time. I was like, yo, 49ers, if I pick you against the Panthers on Monday night, you got my back? And they were like, yeah, Tato, you're good. So I'm going to trust them. I'm going to go with 49ers.
Yeah, just subtly ran into all 53 people on
all
their
of the
roster,
49ers. Yeah.
all of the coaches.
Yeah.
Lucky. The one time I run into a football star, it's career backup and special teamers Chris Brzezinski. One career
Not Mike
interception.
Morris.
One career interception. But hey, that one interception was against Tom Brady. So to me, he's the best safety in the league. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Throw in the comments who your number one pick would be for survival, who is going to get that win, and make smart choices. Or don't. I really don't care. I'm not your dad. But I could be your papa.